Next thing we're going to look at is rows and columns report. These are somewhat similar to a list view filter. They let you search for records and get a nice list of the resulting query. Some of the nice things about reports are that they're able to leverage more complex filters and layouts. For example, I can use and or groups as well as runtime filters. The layouts and filters for reports can traverse module relationships, so that's where I can find all of my accounts in a specific industry that are related to an opportunity that's open. And then the fields on the layout can be renamed, and once I've customized that layout and I export my report, it's going to export just the records and columns I had specified in my report. Also, reports can be viewable by any user based on team security. So if I create a report that's going to show all opportunities, and another user who can only see some of the opportunities runs that report, they're only going to see some of the opportunities that they have access to. Reports can also be exported to a PDF or scheduled to email in a PDF format. And of course, reports can be copied into the same or a different type, which is really useful. If you have a report that's kind of what you want but not quite, you can copy that report, start from that base, and then build a new report based on an older one. So let's take a look at how that can work. All right, I'm going to come to my reports module here. And I'm going to take a look at an opportunity report for a selected account industry here. This is my rows and columns type report. This report is actually showing us all opportunities that are related to this industry, my selected industry, that are currently open or that have been closed within the last 7 days. So I'm using the complex filters to say and or criteria, which we'll look at in just a second. You'll also notice I've selected the columns I want to see, and they're renamed to be extremely clear what they are. Account name. This is the account assigned to, the opportunity assigned to. Email address, and then I put opportunity likely amount, expected close date, opportunity probability percent of closing, just to be extremely clear what it is. Another nice thing reports have is the runtime filters. As I change this, I can jump to different industries. And it's going to remember what my last selection was a per user basis. So if I create one report with a bunch of runtime filters and everyone's using it, they can all have different filters set up in the runtime filters, and it's going to remember what they were doing the last time they ran the report. Take a quick look at editing this. Here's my filters. The first filter is two groups that are ANDed together. Opportunity account industry is chemicals, and that's a runtime filters. And then I wanted to see all records where the sales stage is not closed won or closed lost, or I want to see all records where the sales stage is closed won or closed lost, and the expected close date, or when it was closed, was within the last 7 days. So now I'm seeing an industry's opportunities that are open, as well as ones that were recently closed. So this could be a good report to review during a weekly sales opportunity review meeting. You'll also notice here I have these different fields in my layout, and I've given them custom names, chosen my sort order. And in report details, you can set which teams have access to this report. Currently it's global, so everyone can access this. But again, it's only going to show them records they should have access to. So I can save and run that. It's going to show me those same records. Let's go ahead and take a look at the exporting to a CSV file. You can see here it only pulled out the columns that were in my report, as well as kept the names I had used to be more descriptive. And of course I could export that to a PDF as well, or schedule that to email to myself on a regular basis.
And one other thing to keep in mind with reports in terms of a difference between the reports versus list views is the ability to filter on and show data from multiple modules in one view. So Justin did this in his report but didn't necessarily point it out. He had that filter for the account industry even though his report was about opportunities, and he was showing the account industry and the account name and things like that in his report as well.